Here in our brand new storage room, we are missing a few things, and one of them is actually a super smelter, so that is my plan for today. Now, this section here, I think, is the best spot to put it. Now, it is way bigger than it needs to be, but I'll decorate it and make it hopefully look quite nice. I also think we're going to shut these roller door thingies, so we'll have this coming all the way down so it's fully shut, which I think will also actually look pretty cool. And you've still got access through the bamboo windows, so if you want to, you know, quickly fly through and get in like that, we also can, which is quite handy. Yeah, super smelter is what I want to get done today. I think this is definitely the best spot, and it'll hopefully be really good and quite helpful because we often need a super smelter and we don't have one, so this will be good. The first thing I want to do is we're actually missing crafting tables and ender chests throughout this area, and I feel like we need them because if you're over here, the only crafting table we have is right there and we don't actually have an ender chest, and it's annoying to keep placing them down, so I need to find a location. I can also grab some crafting tables. I don't think I'll need that many, but I can try and find a spot to place them. Now, like I could sneak it in here, which might be a terrible idea. You know what? I don't mind that. I think, like, it's obviously not the same color, but it gives us access to a crafting table wherever we are, which will be extremely handy when, you know, going to craft things and craft. I mean, stone cutters as well would be handy, but I think for now I'll just do crafting tables, and then I'll need to figure out the ender chests, because often I'll be running around here, even in the couple days we've only had this storage, and I've needed an ender chest, and it's like, well, I have to go place one down, and it's just a tad annoying at times. So I think I will probably place a few down. It won't be a heap, just a few ender chests here and there, and I think that will sort it well. You know what? One could go here. Yep, we'll go one here. We'll get rid of this copper block as well. And the chest there. And we might just do, where's the middle? How many? Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This must be the middle right here. We'll go middle, and then we'll go end as well. And I don't think that takes too much away from sort of the build itself. We sort of do need it to be parts of it to be actually practical anyway, so I think I don't think Minion will mind. It'll definitely be more handy than it is annoying, I think. So that's that. But now what I want to do is I want to do a bit of, like, I want it to be a custom super smelter. I don't want to, you know, go and use a schematic and just plonk it in there. I want to build it myself and actually make it look pretty cool. So I'm going to grab a bunch of this and see, look, bang, crafting table right there. You know what? I've probably already got a bunch of furnaces anyway. Yeah, a few. Okay, so I need a building block. Now, I think what I want to use is some of this stuff, maybe. I grabbed more copper. I wouldn't mind using some of this warped wood. I don't use it very much, but I think I do really like it, so I think it could be cool to use. Now the furnace level I think needs to be probably, like, this needs to be a block this height. I'm gonna go one higher, so I have it this height, maybe. I don't really know what I'm doing here, if I'm being totally honest with you. That feels too high. Okay, I think I will just go with this, like that. Well, I think I want 128 furnaces, so that does mean I will need 2 stacks, which I don't have. So I'm gonna go back and grab more cobblestone, which I have plenty of, as you could probably expect. And we craft up a bunch more. That's way more than I needed, but well, they'll maybe get used at some point. And we'll put that in there so we know we've got exactly 128. I think 128 is a good amount. I think that's... Get up there. Yeah, okay. Now we'll go along, and I think I want to do... Maybe Yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna do these, I'll do 64 on this side, 64 on that side. I don't know if I want to start here. I may need to adjust it depending on how much space I've actually got. Okay, so that's most of this side done. I could probably keep going this way a little bit, but I'm not going to be able to get all 64 in. It's not quite long enough, which isn't the end of the world, because I think I want to go to, I'll go to here. That leaves me with 13. So I don't know maths, so that's however many that is. I can go one more, so that leaves me with 12. That means it was, I don't know how many it was, but it was however many it was. But what I can do is I can go across here, and I think there should actually be enough. Now, I don't know how far from the wall I was. That is 2 blocks from the wall. Would you look at that? That worked completely perfectly. That is 128 furnaces right there. And it looks good. I love it. Now, I do want to go and strip all of these, because it definitely in my opinion looks better when all of these are stripped. But that was crazy. I can't believe that it actually worked. It actually ended up, oh, wait, maybe not. It may be 127. I'll just have to check, because yeah, it will be, because it's a 1 block middle. Okay, that's not the end of the world. That is, I don't think it's really gonna matter at all, so I think we'll be fine. Now, the next step is putting in a bunch of hoppers. We need a bunch underneath that will pull out all the items. We need ones going into the back. That will be where the fuel goes, I think. And then on the top will be where all the items that are being smelted will feed into. So that is what I need to do, which I will pull out an ender chest, because we have, boom, look at that. I just filled that up today, so it'll be 1, 2, 3. That should be just enough. That is all of the hoppers placed in. Now, on top of 2 lots of the hoppers, I need minecart rails for obvious reasons. We need, although I don't know if I'm gonna, yeah, okay, no, I'm gonna do hoppers on all of them. I mean, minecarts on all of them. So I need powered rails and regular rails. That's should be enough. And then on top of the rails, I will be placing, on top of the powered ones, I'll be placing warped planks, and then a lever on top of that. That will actually power the rail, which is cool. Where's my levers? They're over in the redstone area. I should know this. I sorted this. Okay, let's land up here, and what we're going to do is we'll start powered, and then I think, so actually, yep, powered, and then that, and then boom, powered. Awesome. And then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm at the lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to go ahead and do this for both levels. So I've made a bit of progress, and ignore this for the time being. This contraption here is what's going to send the minecart off. Now, when I put 4 stacks of when I fill this up, basically, the minecart will fill up to just under 4 stacks. That is enough to make it all the way around and all the way back. Putting a couple things in each of the furnaces, it'll fill up and then go around again. And now the fueling that I'm going to use carpet dupers, because they're quite good, and that's what I'm trying to figure out with this water line here. If we go up here, and I'll just crawl through here, we have honey blocks. Now, honey blocks allow items to fall through the hoppers on the side because they're not a full block. The sea pickles here, they are just to help align things and keep it along here. So I'm going to keep the water going all the way down and all the way around, and then I'm going to build a system right at the end that basically detects when all the hoppers are full of the carpet, so the carpet dupers can stop running, and when there's not enough, it will start running again and keep filling all of this up. So it'll fill from, I'm going to build them in the middle here. I'm going to build maybe a couple of decent sized ones, and they will all funnel to this line right here. This line will then, yeah, go all the way around, and eventually it will fill up the very last one. And I'll need to make sure I do a decent amount because it's feeding through one line, so it will need to be a lot going at once, but that is, I think, going to be fine. I will obviously do a few tests and things, but I want to actually make these carpet dupers now. I know it does look a bit weird, but I am going to add some copper grates and other stuff throughout it just to make it look a little bit more sort of industrial and more factory-like, because it is a factory at the end of the day, so it doesn't need to look pretty, it just needs to look factory-like. So I'm going to build some carpet dupers and have them feed into this right here and see how it goes. So I think what I will do is have them going like this way, so shooting out towards that wall, and then a water stream that picks them up and takes them to there. So I'm gonna get one in and see how it goes. Carpet duper number 1 is complete, and it will now be able to start actually filling up. None of the redstone from that contraption is set up yet. I'll set that up once I have probably a couple more of these built in. But if I go to the back and if I break that, you can see it starts working, and all of it should hopefully, in theory, yep, perfect. It is hitting that, and it is feeding it straight into the hoppers and filling it up. Look at that, that is absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna keep this running while I build a couple more of these things, because we're probably gonna need them. So I'll build another one, and I'll get that running. And then once this fills up, I'll obviously manually stop them, but then I can set up the redstone contraption that will stop them when it needs to be stopped. But yeah, I'm gonna build another one of these. It was oddly difficult when it really shouldn't have been, but for some reason it was for me, because oh gosh, I'm gonna pick all the carpet up now. So I'm gonna hop into FreeCam and just quickly show you. We have 4 of these things built, and I know it is not centered, and I'm actually fine with that, because once again, being a factory, I genuinely don't actually mind that it's not centered, and you can see all of this is flowing down through here. Did I just... No, I'm seeing things, and we're filling up all the way already up to here, so I'm hoping that just this is enough once the stuff's actually smelting. Now I will test it with a bunch of stuff, and if stuff does start to, if furnaces do start to run out, say like these back ones, because they can't fill up quick enough, I will add more of these just behind it. So I think for now this might actually be enough. But for now, but also I do need to go and build this contraption over here that will turn all of them off when they do not need to be running, when obviously everything is full. So I need to actually figure that out, which it shouldn't be too difficult. We just use some comparators and stuff, and then we'll send the redstone signal around here and up past all of the pistons. I believe this here is all it needs to be. So it is a hopper with 4 stacks of items that gives the signal or input to this, which is detecting from that hopper in there, which there's obviously another comparator. And then once that signal reaches the same as the signal from this, so that means once that hits 4 stacks full, the signal will be the same, and then this will power that. So that redstone torch will turn off, and then no, the one down there will turn off, this one will turn on, powering this, and then extending all of the pistons, which I've just discovered that some of them have stopped, and I have no idea why. Maybe it's because I flew over there. Well, I'm gonna test it real quick. If we grab, we'll use a lever for now, which I probably should have been using to begin with. I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna extend all of these. If I go like this, that is on. If I fly over to about here, and then fly back. Nope, it's still working. Okay, maybe I went further. I don't remember. It stops for some reason. Let's hope that they don't just randomly stop on me, because that would be actually really annoying. And also, you can see I've started to place in some copper to try and make it more... Are you serious? There's no way that phantoms can spawn inside here. That is not good. Okay, I'm gonna die. Quite a bit more has happened. As you can see, I have placed in a bunch more copper, and it does look pretty ordinary. I do think I want all of it to oxidize. Once it oxidizes, if I don't like it, I will change it. But I think it might look good fully oxidized. Maybe I'll do similar to this, and some oxidized, some not. Maybe I'll go through, have some partially oxidized. I'll deal with that a little bit later. But if we look in here, that's full. And look, they are stopped. So the system clearly works, which is just amazing. This thing coming out here, this is where we'll actually collect our items. So we'll be able to just stand here and we'll pick them all up. So that's how we'll do that. And I want to give it a test. I want to see if it's actually going to work. So we'll come over to here where I have some cobblestone. I'll grab 8 stacks because that should be pretty quick. So if we chuck in all of that, you will see that will move. This will start filtering through. We will be filling this up. It should go just before it gets to 4 stacks. That it does. And I forgot to power that. Okay, let me just push it along. And okay, that's really interesting. Oh, okay, that actually makes sense. There are some furnaces that have some stuff in it. So I'm not gonna be able to tell until it comes back. So I can quickly go over here. I think that may be all of it. Looks like it. I'm just gonna quickly watch and see why the minecart didn't go back in properly last time. Ah, that's weird. I think I know why that is though. I think if I drop this down one, which is a little bit of an issue with that water there. Okay, I'm just gonna do a bit of messing around with this and see what I can come up with. Okay, so this kind of works, but I don't know whether it's gonna mess with things, but I'm just gonna chuck that in there and get it to get in the right spot again. And let's just put the stone in there. And this takes off. That needs to be fixed. There we go. Okay, that works. And I don't know. Oh, okay, I didn't put enough in there, obviously. Okay, it seems to roughly work. So I actually think that is the super smelter itself fully complete. Now that, yeah, it hasn't used much. So I don't think that it's actually going to run out very easily. And I think what I have in there is probably going to be enough. So I'll do a proper test and I'll just dump my inventory out in... I'm going to grab 2 boxes of cobblestone because we should be able to easily fit that all inside of the double chest. And I'm going to do this and I'm going to set a timer or a stopwatch and I'm going to see how long it takes to smelt this, because I think that's a pretty good test doing this amount. So it sets off and away it goes. We'll see how long this takes and I'll be able to just sit here, wait for it to all come through and I can just dump it into here. So let's see how long it takes. So it took about 12 minutes to go through 2 shulker boxes, which is pretty decent. And then I've also gone ahead and done a bit more decorating and just making this thing look a little bit better. And it is still messy and it's not finished, but I've ran out of time for today's episode, unfortunately. I don't think it looks terrible. Now, I know it doesn't look great, but I don't think it looks terrible. So I think it's good. I think it's going to be good enough for us, and it will definitely do the job. And if you enjoyed, leave a like and do consider subscribing. It's free. You can always change your mind. But yeah, I've kind of got to wrap this up pretty quick because once again, I'm running quite late and the episode needs to be out very soon, and I haven't finished editing. So thank you for watching. My name is Onyxx, and I will see you next time.